Okay. Here we are with Koopary versus Dan. This is a pools match. Pools round 2 to be specific.
On your knees. Is it our turn?
Honestly, choosing these like games that take a while to start, kind of the optimal play. Anyways, I need to actually commentate. So here we are, Koopary with, looking like they're going for Sullen GTR. It's not quite Sullen GTR. If you look at it, you see the yellows make the blues drop down. Not sure how they're gonna make the tail work. Going with a 3-chain harassment here. Dan rocking these stairs. But Koopary on pressure right now. Koopary actually setting up the chain in no reverse order, at least from what I expected. And they're actually able to... Ooh, they had an all clear, but they didn't go for it. What is this? I'm noticing all clears now. Koopary again with going with this. Nothing more to say than interesting chain style. And I mean, just look at how it's working out. I'm under the belief that the more regular your chain form, the better it'll perform, just because I'm yapping. Koopary setting up the chain, just how their tail worked there. I mean, it didn't quite work out. Like the purples and reds never linked, but just how it connected with the tail is just so interesting. Dan almost with an all clear there. That was definitely possible to get an all clear, but we definitely needed to set up for it. Koopary not bothering with an all clear, uses their speed advantage to take out Dan.
It's all your fault, Elle. Satisfied at last.
Oh no. Don't tell me my internet died. What was the score? Was it 2-0? That was 3-0. Okay, back with part 2. Koopary is at 3, Dan is at 0. Redoing the set. Or continuing the set in a different game. It's really annoying when this happens just because it's just always so awkward. Alright, Dan continuing on with their sandwich. Koopary going with their full chain. Dan was too blind going for that purple. They definitely could have gotten their chain off had they not just stacked pieces to the left, because they needed the key Puyo for their sandwich at the top of their transition. Koopary was definitely in danger there. Dan noticed that. Koopary is at a very strong speed advantage right now.
Hi there. Very nice. Hey.
Koopary going for some pokes at Dan. A very good time to do pokes, however, because stairs when you're it's just your transition open. It's really hard to recover.
You ready?
Dan digging out a 3 chain, but Koopary pulling out their 4 chain. Koopary delivering a nice 9 chain while Dan struggling to build off their chain. Dan definitely needs to not leave their transition so open. That is definitely the biggest struggle of stairs. I really feel it as someone trying to learn sandwich. Koopary all the way at the top, just a little poke from Dan. Uh-oh. Koopary setting up some harassments here, getting some follow-ups in. Dan with a very unclean on the last 2 columns. Koopary goes with their full chain. Dan's gonna need a really strong dig, which they are able to recover part of their chain, but just isn't. It is close, but it just isn't enough. Koopary bringing this to match point. I'm not sure how the players are going to settle this, because when it's in a part 2 like this, it's really awkward. Dan is definitely going too much into chaining. I feel like they need to go for more attacks. Dan definitely has some great chains. Actually, Dan leaving their having a pretty is able to. Ooh, why am I struggling to talk so much right now? Oh man, but Koopary is a really strong counter to that. Yeah, just the problem with Dan's play there was that while Dan's setting off the chain, Koopary just has as much time as they want to. As much time as they want to build up their chain more. Okay, it looks like. They know. That's gonna be awkward for the next few rounds, but anyways. Yeah, unfortunate to see a clean sweep. Dan did their best though. But yeah, Dan was focusing pretty much only on chaining. They were not going for any attacks. And I mean, you can't only chain when it comes to Puyo Puyo, but yeah, I mean, good games there. Awkward little intermission. Okay,